So here we are. Greetings once again, everyone, with me, the Ninja Reviewer here, onward to day number 4 of the 12 Days of Anime. And what did my true love give me this time? Now, since today is Sunday, it's more like a chill day, and it's more like something you better chill, relax, and actually, since it is kind of cold, you might want to cuddle up with your loved one. And when it comes to your loved one, you might actually get a little something special in your hearts. This season's also for the time of not just, family, friends, whatever, but also your loved ones, meaning, girlfriend, boyfriend, or both the same sex, whatever works for you. And when it comes to that kind of season of love, I gotta say, nothing fits better. Now, I did this last year, and she said this actually counted, so screw it. I'm counting this because this is also not just a actual cartoon, but it's also counted as most of the times of anime, especially since it now has a Jap dub. And of course I'm talking about My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic, Season 7, Episode 13, The Perfect Pair. Oh man, this episode, just nothing but feelings all around. The emotions were just way too real while watching this episode. And when it comes to the episode overall, it's finally the backstory history of Applejack, the Apple family's parents, because we never really knew too much. Now, I already reviewed, well, I didn't really quite review this episode too much. I only did like an overview, and I did like a live reaction, and my review wasn't too long, so I might as well give you a little proper review here. Basically, what the perfect pair is, or if you're not really a fan of MLP, or if you never caught up on MLP yet, I avoid kind of watching this because yes, there are going to be spoilers in this video, but if you don't want to know, then this is your last warning. So I'm going to give you about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, Perfect Pair is pretty much the backstory, like I said, of the Apple family. Finding out that not only are they apples, but they also have pear. And when it comes to the backstory of the parents, it's basically like pretty much a pony version of Romeo and Juliet, only they're pretty much, farmers and Western culture, and yeah. So it's pretty much not like taking place in like the good old England days or the good old days of Shakespeare, the autistic vibe. No, it's pretty much taking place like in not so much of like today's standards, but it's more like back then. I don't know how many years ago that was. So it's whatever. So let's just say it's like today's, except more Western, because it's more like a farmer Western version of a pretty much a Romeo and Juliet. We have two families that are pretty much going against each other because one is better than the other, and then we have the son and the daughter of those two families that love each other, but the parents just won't accept it. But what makes this episode so special is finally finding out the characteristics of these characters and what they are. Like, for example, we have Bright Mac, who pretty much is really honest and also does have a little romantic side and like a goofy comedy side to it. And not to mention stubborn as well, which we kind of know where we get that from. Applejack. But anyways, we also do have Pear Butter, which is pretty much the feminine. Also, she loves to cook. She loves to do many things in order to actually prove her talents, etc. So she's actually a really great character as well, and very sweet also at the same time. Just having these two together is just so cute. It was like the cutest moment I've ever seen, and the most romantic and saddest that I've ever seen as well. Now, granted, we still don't know exactly how they died, even though the show kind of gives out the message that, yeah, they're pretty much fucking dead. But it's just, the thing is that we don't know specifically how it's possible that they died. They never really explained it. But apparently at the end of the episode, some people, folks, especially the analysis, think that the tree, or what they planted inside the actual, where the wedding ceremony is, where they actually gave their, where they said their vows and actually planted the seeds, are the actual grave tombstones of the actual parents. So that's basically like a little memorial on what they chose in their vows, and possibly their grave as well, from what they left behind, as what many folks are actually saying. But everything about this episode was just not only cute, but there were a lot of feels, a lot of touchy moments, and some where I think Grand Pear was actually not really like my favorite. He was kind of like an asshole most of the time. Like, you know, you got like one of those like asshole followers where it's like, yo, you're better than these kind of people. Like don't be like them. Like, don't fall in love with these low lives or like whatever. So yeah, he was pretty much like an asshole. But then, you know, Granny Smith wasn't really no help either. But granted, you can't blame him because their families have been rivals and competition, etc. for many years. So you can't really blame him for that. But the way they first met was pretty adorable too, and I also do love the song, and I really do like the fact that they keep going to different ponies to actually get each part of the piece of the puzzle of the story, and especially the one dude that kind of looks like an old man's version of McCree, and he kind of sounds like him too, except he's not high nooning people. But it was very sad. It was actually really touching too, and kind of a sweet moment where Big Mac is like, look, can we come back some other time to like hear more stories and stuff? And then it's just like, it hits you right there, because when he starts to cry up a bit, it's like, yeah, you know, I would like that a lot. I would really love to hear more stories about that. And just seeing that kind of broke me in a way. It's like, oh my god. So that's like so fucking sweet, and like, wow. It's like, that's like the sweetest thing Big Mac has like ever done. And that really got to me, because like, you know, now I feel like it's great to represent these memories, even though I know I'm never going to see them again. But it is great to know that, you know, people like you want to know about the past, and want to represent the good old days. Kind of makes me a bit nostalgia and, you know, kind of sad in a way, because obviously you're never going to see them again, but, you know, at least you got your memories for that. And then I really do love the song too. You're in My Head, like a catchy song, is definitely one of those songs that I absolutely enjoyed a lot. Like, it was like one of the sweetest songs out there, and like one of the best songs. And actually, no, screw that. The best song we have had this season by far. Second favorite to me would have to be We're Not Flawless, which if it wasn't for the perfect pair, I would have put in this song. I put in that song as number one, because We Are Flawless was definitely a really top favorite song of mine too. So both of those songs were definitely like the two best songs that we got out of the entire season. Even though everything else, we didn't really get too many songs, because obviously the movie was in the works. So yeah, pretty much. So because the movie was in the works, we didn't really get. And by the way, I didn't choose to do the 12 Days of Anime with that, because I've already reviewed the movie as it is. So I'm not going to review the movie again. So it's quite obvious there. Unless I do something else with it, but I really don't know. But I'll figure it out. Maybe, or just maybe not. But yeah, overall, The Perfect Pair definitely is a 5 out of 5 quality episode. Definitely loved it. I mean, wow, man. It just... I mean, granted, my only little tiny nitpick is I still don't know the answer on how they died, but I guess it's another question for another time. Or maybe they'll... Because I do remember there was like an interview or something where they actually did say that, yes, the parents are officially dead. And it's just that, like, wow, man. Wow. I mean, this episode hit me so hard, man. Like, wow. I mean, not only was it, like, romantic, I mean, in a way, it just... Especially since you're watching it with a loved one, it actually does make it quite more sweet. Especially around this time for the holiday season. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for me with this. What do you guys think? If you are a fan, if you're a brony, what do you think of The Perfect Pair? Did you love the episode? Did you find out there weren't too many answers when it comes to the parents? You know, after all the seasons, you know, we finally get that big info. And what a perfect time, too, because with all the crazy news we've been getting about what's been going on with Season 8, etc. passed on, I haven't made a video about that yet, but in due time, I gotta do my other reviews for this weekend. And I still gotta do the rest of the 12 Days of Anime, so that's gonna hold me up a bit, maybe, but we'll see how it goes when I'm not too tired, especially because I have work, and sometimes I get home pretty late from work, so it really does depend. But until then, that's basically it. Yeah, so again, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Do not forget to click the bell to join the squad, boys. Get notifications of my video. Also follow my social media plugins and my gamer tags as well. Peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And bronies, bro who, brony on. See you guys tomorrow for day number 5. Yeah, day number 5. Yeah, I lost track. So day number 5, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.